Section 2.2.8, Crime Control versus Due Process. Hello, I'm Dr. Adam McKee, and today we're exploring an insightful topic from my book, Criminal Justice, an overview of the system. We're going to discuss the crime control model and the due process model, two concepts introduced by Herbert Packer in 1964 that represent the values within the criminal justice system. Let's dive in. Herbert Packer introduced the crime control model and the due process model to illustrate the opposing political beliefs that influence decision-making in criminal justice. It's important to note that these models are not simply tied to political parties like Democrat or Republican. Instead, they represent fundamental values in American life. People want to live in safe, orderly communities and control crime. At the same time, they value freedom and dislike oppressive governments that interfere with personal liberties. Americans cherish their rights and privacy, and these models reflect that duality. Packer's crime control model is based on the idea that suppressing criminal behavior is the most crucial function of the criminal process. This model is supported by a political philosophy that argues if law enforcement fails to strictly control criminal conduct, public order will break down, and an essential condition for human freedom will disappear. When laws are not enforced, and people perceive a high failure rate in apprehending and convicting criminals, they tend to disregard legal controls. Supporters of the crime control model believe that the police should have more power to investigate and prosecute criminals, including increased powers of search and seizure. In this model, the main focus of the criminal justice system should be to discover the truth and establish the facts. Essentially, it prioritizes efficiency and effectiveness in controlling crime over the individual rights of the accused. On the other hand, the due process model emphasizes protecting every citizen's civil rights. This model suggests that the most important function of the criminal justice system is to ensure procedural due process, or fairness, in all aspects of the criminal justice process. A significant policy implication of this view is to limit police powers to prevent the oppression of individual citizens. Supporters of this position believe that establishing guilt is not enough. The government must prove guilt fairly and legally while respecting the accused's rights. The due process model prioritizes the individual's rights and aims to prevent miscarriages of justice by ensuring that legal procedures are followed strictly. It seeks to protect innocent people from wrongful convictions and ensure that all individuals receive fair treatment under the law. In reality, the courts and other elements of the criminal justice system must find a balance between these two positions. The importance of each position is not static, as there is a constant tug-of-war between them. As the makeup of America's high courts changes, so does the underlying philosophy that dominates the decisions of those courts. Liberal courts tend to establish broad civil liberties, while conservative courts often prioritize law and order, sometimes at the expense of individual freedoms. For example, during times of heightened concern about crime, there might be a stronger push towards the crime control model, advocating for tougher laws and more police powers. Conversely, in times when civil rights movements gain momentum, there might be a shift towards the due process model, emphasizing the protection of individual rights and limiting governmental power. Understanding these models is crucial because they reflect the ongoing debate in criminal justice about how to best balance public safety and individual rights. Both models are essential to maintaining a fair and just society, but finding the right balance is a complex and ever-changing challenge. So, why is this topic so important? Recognizing the dynamics between the crime control model and the due process model helps us understand the broader philosophical debates that shape our criminal justice system. It highlights the need for ongoing dialogue and adjustment to ensure that we protect public safety while upholding the fundamental rights of individuals. In summary, the crime control model and the due process model represent two critical perspectives in the criminal justice system. One emphasizes the need to control crime and maintain public order, while the other focuses on protecting individual rights and ensuring fairness. The balance between these models is continually evolving, influenced by societal values and the political landscape. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, leave them in the comments below. See you next time.